Hello, everyone, and welcome. I wasn't sure what was going on with my timer there, so have we got anybody here? We've got two people. I don't know who else is here. What is going on? I'm buffering at the moment. There we go. So welcome. Hopefully we'll have some people join us today, and we can get started here. What I'm going to work with today is I'm actually going to work with the holiday postage stamp. Let me just we will switch scenes here in a minute. I'm just waiting to see if we have anybody hop on. I thought 10 a.m. on Saturday morning would be a good time. So hopefully we'll have some people pop on. I know, here we go. We got some comments. Okay. All right. Good morning. Kim, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Hopefully, hi, Gloria. Welcome. Hopefully we'll have some people stop in real quick. So I was kind of rushing around this morning to try and get ready because I had a wedding last night. My niece got married and we had an hour and a half drive and we kind of got home late and I had some things lined up, but then um, I just got a little frazzled this morning. So, and I started thinking I was going to do something else. So, anyway, let's just talk about what we're going to work with, and hopefully, we'll have some other people join us. Um, I am going to move this over to where my desktop is on here. Hopefully, the lighting's okay. I'm just doing natural light. Instead of the overhead. And my glue press just fell on the floor. I'm going to rearrange this a little bit. Instead of messing with my camera, I'll just move my glass mat there. Try to get that centered. Let me grab my glue press. It just went flying on the floor. It wouldn't be alive without me dropping something. So anyway, my plans are to work with this holiday postage stamp this morning and this sweet snowflake stencil. I'm going to work with those. If we have time, I'm also going to work with, Kim said yesterday that she has a small supply of these left. So I thought we'd work with that. But I thought if we have time, we'll work with this stamp set here. Have a nice day. Let me put something on here so you can see it. And I did kind of pre-plan some stuff so that hopefully we can get through them both. But this is really cute. It's got an ice skater, hockey players, skier, and we'll probably work with the ice skater with what I have in mind. And I think we'll even bring in another stencil. And Kim, I'm not sure what this stencil is called. I didn't look it up, but I need these trees, I think, if we're able to make two. So anyway, what did I do with my, okay. What we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with the snowflake stencil, not this. And didn't I cut down a page for that? I did one ahead of time and so it could dry. And then I thought I'd do one on camera here. So I'm just getting all my parts together. So hopefully we'll have some more people join. Anyway, so we got somebody lurking. I don't know who that is, but they haven't commented. So we do have a lurker. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut this down to A2 size panel and made that really loud noise. I apologize for that. I had a rubber chamois. There it is. That I needed to get. So I'm just going to use this one. I've used it already this morning on this technique. And I laid it aside so it could dry so that we can move right along. And oh, how fun. You played with a skater last week. That skater is super cute. I want to do like an icy scene. I saw a card this morning. I woke up at 3 a.m., which is very annoying. And I watched a Stampin' Up! And I can't remember her name. I saw a card that has inspired me to use that. And so that's what we're going to do. But anyway, we're going to first get started off with our postage scene card. And this is a color along. So I'm going to be doing some coloring. And hopefully it'll go okay. So I always say I'm not really a colorist. Coloring is not my strong suit. But I keep working on it and hopefully I should do this on the bottom since I have space. Hopefully I'll get better as I go. But anyway, so what we're going to do today with this is we are going to use this texture paste from Ranger. It's an opaque matte, and we're just going to create some snowflakes on this scene here. And I had some parts. What did I do with them? we'll get another spatula. And I cleaned all this stuff up so I could reuse it. And I thought I put it in my, here, I don't know where it is. I'll use another scraper. I had my really big Cricut scraper and it worked really well, but we'll try this one since I can't locate it at the moment. I took it out in the kitchen and cleaned it so that it'd be ready to go. Color along or craft along. Okay, well, cool. 3 a.m. Yeah, that was gross. And I couldn't get back to sleep and I started watching YouTube, and so that's all right. It gave me something to do and I got some inspiration. So I'm just kind of putting this on kind of heavy here across the top. And because I don't have my big scraper, it's probably, I'll have to do it in a couple passes. But anyway, we'll get it accomplished. So I'm just going to take, this is just a Cricut scraper. And I'm just using it like you would one of those scrapers that Simon has. I don't have one of those, so I thought I would try this. And it seems to work all right. So I'm just running this across there real kind of at an angle, trying to fill in any areas where I can see the red. And this is just fun. I think probably anybody could do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can just have fun with it and do that. Now, I did link all of the products in the description box below so that you can check them out. I've linked each thing that I thought I was going to use in the description box. So if you want to check it out and shop Kratin Kimmie, you certainly can. And I've got some dies that I'm going to use, some nesting dies, and I've linked them as well. Those are This Calls for Confetti, and there's some really nice dies because they have so many sizes. I'll show you those when we get to it. So right now I'm just going to clean that off, because you got to clean this stuff up right away or you'll have a mess. You got a little bit of time with the silicone, but you need to really get it off your palette and your little scraper right away. So I've just got a baby wipe here. I'm just using it. I took it in the kitchen earlier and just used some soap. I actually used some bleach on this because I had some blue ink on here, but it didn't take it off. So anyway, we'll have the big reveal and hopefully it'll look decent. So isn't that really pretty? Wow. Love that. Gloria says she doesn't use her paste enough. You just don't think about them. Gloria, I too am guilty of that. And Dawn, the Krafty Visage, on a live the other night, I said I didn't have any gold. And I said something about lunar paste. And she said, well, you can create gold paper with lunar paste. And so I got over there and grabbed that lunar paste and started making things. In fact, I had a video with Kratin Kimmie ornament stamp scheduled for today, and Kim and I decided that I would go live today. So tomorrow you're going to see a gorgeous holiday ornament stamp that I've used both lunar, gold, and silver, and it's gorgeous. So that'll run tomorrow. But anyway, I said all that to say, Gloria, that Dawn inspired me to get in there and grab those things and use them. So anyway, so that's why I'm doing that today. But it's not exactly perfect, but for how I'm going to use it, it'll be fine. I think I got it a little bit under the stencil there, which that can happen, but it will cover up because I'm going to lay a panel over that. I've got one that's dried, so we won't have to sit and wait for that. And while I'm working on the dried one, I'm hoping this one will dry and we can use it on the other card as well, because I have an idea. Anyway, so I've got my press and seal, and I'm just covering this up because you need to keep as much moisture in there as you can so that it doesn't dry up. I mean, this is a good sized jar. It'll last you a while if you, cover it up correctly. So that's good. So I'm going to I probably should have done, well, this is kind of dry. I don't think I would want to put it back in the jar, but I'll just clean that off. There we go. And then I'm going to clean my stencil off really quick. So I'm just grabbing my baby wipes and we'll get them cleaned off a little bit. So a lot of times when I'm doing, oh, nice. I just did the wrong side. I'll have to clean that up again. A lot of times when I'm doing a live with something like this, I'll have a bucket of water and just throw it in there. but I didn't grab one. I kind of got harried at the last minute because I was getting everything organized and I bumped into one of my tables in here, and I had a glass candle sitting on it, and it fell on the ground and broke. So I've got glass on the floor behind me, but I have shoes on, so I'm not worried about that. I'll just have to clean it up when I get done. So anyway, I guess I'm kind of a klutz. All right, so we'll get that out of the way. Lay that stencil aside. Try to get my hands cleaned up a little bit. I think we got a little bit on there. And then we'll just get to working. So what I thought we would do, and hopefully I can find everything that I had. I'm going to bring in my Misty. And I've got a dry panel. This one I did early this morning because I was awake. I thought I'll just do that and it will dry. So this one is dry and ready to go. And then this one will be drying while we're working. So you can kind of see the little bit of difference in the color, I think, when it dries out. Now, what have I got going on here? I have got a panel. Yes. We're going to use red card base, and this is lightweight. This is just reflections, and it'll be fine because I'm going to layer it up. So it'll be plenty strong. So yes, lives are very fun. They're fun to interact with, and it's fun to just chit chat with the crowd. And let's see. Kim says she's the same Gloria when she does. I take a couple hours to get messy and create a bunch of things while I'm at. I think that is the great way to do it. Probably a good idea. Just do several back. When I've got it out, I'm like, well, I've got this out. I'm just gonna do it because it makes a mess, and you might as well get everything messy and then do that. Yes, Gloria, I like this red paper too. It's kind of a bright red. It's hard to find to find the exact red. Sometimes I want a bright red, sometimes I want a dark, crimson red or whatever, but I thought this was really fun. So what I've done is I have used, where did I put that? The, yeah, these dies here, and I like these. These are, let me pull them out because they're really fun. They actually have a stamp set to go with it, but they're called the Happy Layering Die. And the reason why I like them so much is you can see how close they layer. And so you have lots of options for layering if you want to skip one and have a good space between them, or if you want to have a real tight layer, you can do that. But this one has just all that. I'm trying to get them lined up so you can see. Just has all of them. And then it's got all these nested ones here too, and then a sentiment, and then this is actually a happy that'll press. But this is a really good, I think, no, on the back of that. No, on this will show you really well. So it's this is the Happy Layering die set, and then you've got the stencil set, and this is perfect because it's I shouldn't be showing this stamp, but anyway, it goes together. But you can use them interchangeably with some small sentiments. But this is the Happy Layering die set, which that's what I'm using because I've got a fun fold card that I hope we're going to get at. Hey, Jana, welcome. I'm glad you're here this morning. I was hoping we could catch some of our crew this morning, so I'm glad that you were able to hop on. And she's just saying hi to Gloria, and everybody's saying hi to everyone, which is good. So anyway, so what I did was I took one of these. I actually used several of these layers. I wanted to be able to, this is my dry one. I wanted to be able to continue to show off that sweet snowflake. And so I did cut it down some because I want to be able to show that because that's so pretty. Anyway, so we've got that, and we've got the postage stamp. And we are going to stamp some of our postage stamps on here. We've got the little cute add-ons that go with it. Let me get this stuff out of the way. And my mat is kind of losing its sticky, so I'm going to have to use my magnet. But I thought we would use a couple of these, and they're a little bit dirty because I was playing around trying to figure out how I could fit them on there. So I've got some ink on there. Just dry that off on there we go. So what we're going to do is just ink up these postage stamps on here, try to position them on here, and then we'll just create a cute little card with this. I did another card with it and I should have pulled it out. It was more of a vintage retro look. I think it is in, I think it's in my holiday card basket, but I don't know where that is. I counted the other day and I've made 76 holiday cards already, Christmas cards already. So that's what we've got. And I'm going to do them like this. Because of the size of my layer, I can't get, was thinking about doing 3, but I can't get 3 of them on there just because of the size of the layer that I'm doing. So I'm just going to do 2. And I think we will ink it up in black because we're going to have some red colors on it. And, oh, I got a little bit of, let me see. I'm going to switch that out. I had a little bit of water on there, which I need to dry it off a little bit better. Let's start over on that. From where I wiped it off. Okay, we'll do that again. Get that laid down on there. And then we'll get this laid down on there. And then this has all of these little cute things that you can put inside of these. We've got a Christmas tree, a wreath, a little snowman, candy canes, a bell, and we've got Santa going down the chimney. And then you've got your 5 cent, 1 cent, if you want to put that on there. Merry Christmas, ho, 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 season's greetings, and happy holidays. So we've got some really cute little add-ons that we can do. So I'm going to use, for this, I'm going to use the Wicked Black. I don't know if I think I inked up I linked up the Krafty colors in the description box. Oh, great question. Dirty just means love. This is a great question for you, Kim. Gloria's asking you how you got started creating stamps, dies, and etc. So I know you're a stamp and stencil, but that is a great question for you to answer. Gloria's also saying you have some really cute stuff, and Jana is saying hello to you as well, Kim. So if you want, just in the chat, let them know how you got started in the business, and maybe talk about your company and what all you do, and the upcoming. We have some upcoming events for that as well. So I'll just let Kim kind of chit chat with you guys and let you know as I'm stamping this up. I'd be interested to hear that as well. I think there might be some about on her website that you can check out as well. But this Wicked Black is wicked. I love it. When I first tried it, I was like, Wicked Black. And then I stamped it and I'm like, now I know how it got the name because it is intense and I really like it. So hopefully Kim will have a chance to, I'm going to roll down and yeah, I got some more. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, well, so hopefully she'll have a chance to respond to that and we can learn a little bit more about how she got going. And she does lives on her friend's Facebook, which we need to link that. Kim, you might link your Facebook page because she does go live and does some coffee chats and stuff, and those are always fun. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with that corner. Inside. Whoops, that's not going to ink it. I had the lid. I'm gonna get a little bit messy there. I don't know maybe I pressed too hard. There we go. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try that one more time. Let's see what we can get. Oh, my fingers have got ink on them. Oh, I'm making a mess. Let me get a clean sheet and we'll just start over and we will cut it down after we get it inked up. I need to wash my hands off. And I think I'll wash these stamps off and start over because I kind of made a mess. Okay, here we go. She says, hey, Gloria, she started 3 years ago as a scrapbooker, and that led her to stamping. And she found some online groups like Split Coast Stampers and some stamp companies, and you got into the design teams like MFT, Magnolia, High Hopes, etc. And then was encouraged by her supportive husband to start her own company. which has always been her dream 15 years ago. That is awesome. What a great story. That is really awesome. Fun. So while I'm making a mess here, you guys can keep asking your questions. And I see I've got a bubble there. That's one problem. I laid it down poorly. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do this again. And we'll be more careful. Oh, Janice says she remembers when you started. Awesome. That is awesome. So you've got some long-termers here. And Gloria says that's awesome. Okay, that's better. I don't know what I did. Gonna get a little bit more ink on there. Yeah, that's super fun. Cool to have your own business. I of course had a career in banking. I was a bank executive and I retired young, but I've always been a crafter of some sort. And so I decided to create my YouTube channel and start making cards as something to do to keep myself busy. Apart from, I do keep my grandkids, my grandsons every day. And so that keeps me very busy, but I wanted something else to do besides that. And so that's what got me going with this. I'm somebody that needs to stay very busy, and this helps me to do it. So Kim's is saying that's awesome. Oh, let's see. Good morning. Good morning, Mary. Thanks for joining in. I literally just opened my eyes, almost made it on time. Sorry. Well, you haven't missed much. I've just stamped some things up, and we're talking about Kim's how she got into the business. And Jana says she was a split coast junkie. Okay, all right. So, and then everybody's welcoming everyone. So good deal. Awesome. Anyway, so let's get moving so we can accomplish something here today. I really want to get to that next card because I think it's going to be fun too. And so I'm going to have to cut this down, and I'm not going to use my die since I'm just going to measure this and we'll just cut it down to whatever this is. What have I got here? I've got 4 3/4 by, it's just under 4 3/4. Let me see. Just under 3. Okay. So what I want. I think it was right there. That's not right. Just under that, 3.5. Okay. Sorry, I was losing my mind there for a minute. 4 3/4. There we go. I think this will get it. Or we won't. There we go. All right, now we've essentially got the same size panel that I used that die for, but if you can see, I got ink on that and I didn't want to use that. And then, so that's where we're at. So now we can add our goodies and we can do some coloring and we can get this card assembled, and then we can work on our next one, which I think is going to be really fun. So we've got, let's see, what do we got going on in the chat? You worked at a bank for many years as well. You were an investment officer. Cool. Then moved to your current town and used your university degree to work at a local library. But you had to quit the library because Kratin Kimmie stamps just kept you too busy. That's awesome that it kept you so busy that you had to quit your other job. And then remember Split Coast, Jana, was a great community. Haven't been there for ages. And Kimmie's saying good morning. It's always fascinating to hear what other jobs come up. Yeah, it is. Fun. I actually had a career in HR, and I worked at a big hospital. I worked at a university. From the hospital, I went to the bank and worked for them for many years. And then when my daughter went off to college, I went and worked for the university for a while and got some free tuition for her. And then I went back to the bank. They asked me to come back, and I went back, and I was happy that I went back. I am more of a profit-based than nonprofit. That maybe doesn't sound, I guess I'm more sales oriented, and I enjoyed the budgets of banking, and that I don't know, it was just different. I was just not used to kind of not, I don't know. I'll just stop there because I probably would say something that maybe I shouldn't say, but I'm more of a sales oriented, for profit oriented person, is what I am. So anyway, I'm going to do the bell and the wreath, I think. Nope, not the wreath. I'm going to do the tree. I think I need something that's going to fit on there. I think that's going to be too big. Maybe the bell goes here. Nope, do that. We'll do our little snowman. I guess he can hang over. That doesn't matter, does it? Let's turn it. Hey, there's a novel idea. Mary Pat. My first name is very confusing. It's Irish. Mary Patricia. I go by the shorter version, Mary Pat. Well, that's cute. My husband's name is Patrick, so sometimes I call him Patricia, or Patio, or Patty Cakes. So anyway, but that's, yeah, fun. Irish. Yeah, very fun. Well, my last name, my maiden name, is German, and it was actually I was Beinecke, but there's something on there. But oh, I must have torn that one. Oh, goodness gracious. My dad's grandparents dropped the I, so we went by Beinecke, but my maiden name was actually Beinecke. His parents actually dropped the I. It was back at a time when, I don't know, wasn't good to have a German name, I guess. But anyway, so that is that. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp these and get them laid down on there. And I think I'm going to have to stick it back down because I didn't use my magnet. Let's see what's going on. Hello, Daria. You had your coffee date. Oh, patty cakes. You love that. Yeah. Let's see if we got, Daria must have had a coffee date this morning, and so she's joining us. I was hoping I was going to message you, and I thought you might be busy, so I didn't want to bother you. But anyway, I was going to message you and let you know that I was going live, so I'm glad that you were able to join us. I am going to go ahead and stamp this in green, and we'll do some coloring on it, because I think we're supposed to do some coloring, or crafting anyway. I think we can do both. And then I'm going to do my snowman in black, just because I'm going to highlight him with some gray ink. So Mina is Daria. So her YouTube handle is Mina. I think that's what the grandkids call her. And her name is Daria. And she and I have become quite good friends through YouTube and just messaging and all that. And we share a lot of personal information and keep track of each other and each other's grandkids, and whatever our needs are, we share with one another. And it's just been a great friendship. So I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my sentiments on here. And I think it'll be fun. I'm going to do ho, ho, ho. And we'll do happy holidays. Or no, yeah, let's do happy holidays because it is a little bit more narrow. And we'll do that. And I think I'll use the red ink for that. And then that'll bring in some red. And then we'll do a little bit of coloring. Let's get this off of here. And wipe this down a little bit. I see a little bit of ink there. And let's get this picked up. And I didn't, oh, well, where did my magnet go? I've lost it again. There it is. Okay. Let's just put it on there like that. Get that one picked up as well. Okay, now we'll bring our red in. So let's see. I love these hangouts. You're not very well versed in YouTube, but you love that we have 2 views from your table. Yeah. Yeah, it is handy because you can kind of, like, I can intro and outro and, kind of show my face. and then switch to the desktop and then show what's going on. The problem is sometimes I forget to switch to the desktop and my friends will say, hey, can we see your hands on the big screen? So sometimes I do forget to do that. But anyway, it is fun. I did a chat. Yes, it has been a great friendship. I did a chat the other night live, and the chat was so much fun. We were talking about old shows that we watched on TV, how we don't watch TV anymore because there's nothing good on, and the stuff that we do watch is old. And it was so fun to just hear all of the different shows and be reminded of all the things that we used to watch. It was a really fun chat. I think everybody enjoyed it. I know I certainly did. It was just a ball. Anyway, so lives are fun for sure. Anyway, so it was fun. How we doing? We are 31 minutes in. I think we're going to be able to get them both done. So I'm just going to pull this off. The other one, yeah, we're going to need, I'll have to get this clean because we're going to use our stamping platform as well. So, but we'll just lay this aside, get these put away, and we'll begin coloring and putting our card together. So it's going to be some quick, easy coloring because these are pretty small images, and I'm not going to put much detail on them. So just making sure my hands are good and clean. I've got jeans on. I'm just wiping them on there. Gina K did that, and I was like, what? And then I just remembered that she did that, and so I've been doing that. So I think we're going to kind of keep our color scheme pretty neutral. I'm going to make my little ornaments on my tree red, and I'll just kind of go over it. It's going to be very simple. You know what we could do? We could put some embellishments over it to decorate our tree a little bit. And I need I'm just grabbing. I'm going to use a gold. I don't know if I like this. Yeah, this will do for our star, and we'll just color it in. Oh, and I'm not doing a very good job. Yeah, I need to just practice my coloring more, and hopefully I'll get better at it. So I don't know, should I see if I can get my table to go up? Maybe, there we go. Maybe you can see a little bit better. So I'm just going to color it in. I thought we'd just use the green colored ink and then we won't have like the black image behind there, but we're going to have the snowman because I don't have a gray ink from Kratin Kimmie that I can use. I need to get one. But I do have some more, which thank you, Kim, for sending me with our kit, some more colors. I'm going to use that. Oh, we have something Kim does is she sells kits, which I know she's sold out, and then she has a retreat, and that is coming up. Can they buy the pieces individually, or is it once it's gone, it's gone? How does that work? I can't remember. This is my first participation in that, so anyway, but we have that coming up. I think it's November 15th and 16th. And of course, I'll be working with it on my channel, so you will be able to see, my video and the materials that we work with and everything, and get some inspiration from that. It's going to be fun. I think I did 3 cards, and I think it's going to be really fun. So it will be on my channel. I can't even remember which day I signed up for. I'll have to look and get ready for it, but I've already done my drafts of what I'm going to make. So there I've got the little tree colored in, and that's pretty simple. And then for our snowman, I wanted to use just some gray to, not that side of it, just some gray to kind of add some highlights to, or some shading, I guess, to our snowman so that he'll stand out a little bit better. And that's what we'll do. I'm going to need probably a black marker for the coal that are his eyes and his buttons. And we'll need an orange for his nose. So I've got a little blue that I'm setting out here to use on my next one, and I'm going to use this. No, let's give him a green hat. Let's make our 2 little things match. We'll give him a little green hat, and that'll be fun. think I'm gonna do the ball and the brim green, and then we'll do the middle part red, and then it'll be matchy matchy. That'll be cute. So there's that. Let's see. Next one will probably, okay, November 15th through the 17th is a holiday retreat, and I sell and ship the bundles well in advance with stamps, stencils, and supplies. Then we have a fun weekend, a lot of classes. So even if you didn't get the materials and you want to follow along, like I said, it will be, some of them will be on YouTube. Some of them might be on Facebook, and you can probably see some things on Instagram too as well. So you can check that out. Okay, so there's our little hat. I need a little orange for his nose. I grabbed some markers, but I didn't grab all of them. So that's cute. And then I need a little black. I don't usually like to use black. It scares me. So I'll use a little gray type. Black just scares me because I'm out of control. Oh, I think that looks cute. I mean, it's fairly clean. Not a lot of detail, but I think it looks super cute. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then I think if we pair it on the stenciled set, it's going to look super cute. I like that. So fun. I think I'm going to leave it alone. I thought about maybe ink blending the edge or something, but I think I'm going to leave this one alone because we're 37 minutes in and I want to get to this fun fold. So, yes, I got an email from them. Daria saying that she heard some surprising news yesterday on LV Handcrafted Life. Spellbinders bought Hero Arts. Yes, I got an email from both Spellbinders and from Hero Arts, both stating that had happened and that they're joining together. Anyway, that is accurate. That is accurate because I got an email. I think they needed time. I forget exactly what it said. It said that they needed some time to get organized or whatever, and then they would be sending additional information. I'm extremely excited because, I am an affiliate for Spellbinders as well, and I get a lot of their products, so I'm thinking I might get some of those too. Anyway, but yeah, that is accurate because both companies emailed me yesterday about that change. So, yep. All right, so I'm just going to get this laid down. This is the one that's dried, and I'm pretty sure the other one is dry by now as well. I probably should have put it on there because it's got a little boo-boo on it, but I think we'll cover it up. I know how we'll cover it up. So we've got our stenciled panel on here. Yeah, and Mary's talking about the designers will provide instructions of their classes. Yeah, like I said, it's the first time that I have participated in it. I don't know if I did the right kind of instructions. I sent them to Kim. I basically kind of wrote, I didn't do like diagrams. I basically just detailed step by step. Step one, you do this. Step two, you do that. And sent that to her, and then I'll follow up. But I think this is really pretty. And I think this would look good. I get in my drawers here. I think it'd be fun to pop this up and just kind of create a shadow and some dimension. Instructions for prep work is great. Okay, good deal. Let's see. I wonder if they'll keep separate hero lights line. I think they will because of the way they sent. I can't be sure, but I think they will because of the way they sent it. It had both logos on there, and like Hero Arts had theirs with Hero Arts is combining with Spellbinders. They had both logos, and then Spellbinders had Spellbinders, and Hero Arts are combined, something like that. So it kind of gave me the impression that it might, but I don't know exactly. I've got tape on here. I haven't used this yet, so I'm not sure. So yeah, Kimmie's saying, okay, they're doing the shipping. Okay. I've got some tape on here. I don't want it on there. Anyway, so that'll be interesting to see how that. And I did watch, like I said, I was up at 3 a.m. I caught Jennifer McGuire had a video where she was highlighting, and it was 3 weeks ago, I think, where she was highlighting all the Hero Arts kits and just showing you a lot of different ways that you can work with their kits. And it's funny that I clicked on that after having seen that email. It had shown up in my feed, and I clicked on there to check it out, but it had their kits. They have some really neat kits, which, Spellbinders had kind of done away with their kits. Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see. So enough about that. So what I'm doing now is just going to get this pressed down, and my stomach is growing. I do intermittent fasting, so I don't eat breakfast. So in the morning, my stomach is just like, feed me, feed me, feed me. I usually don't eat until 11 or so. So I'll be ready to eat when we get done here. And I want to get this next card done. So I'm going to go as long as it takes to get it done. And hopefully you guys are okay with it. Looks like we've got a good group come on here. So anyway, so we're going to turn this one, and I'm going to stand up so I can look and see what I'm doing and try to get this laid down on here halfway nice. So it's probably a crazy view for you of my face or my body. There, I like that popped up. I think that just adds some additional interest, and I think it's really pretty. So we could add, I wish I could find, since vacation and trying to get back on track, I have been just kind of stammering around my craft room trying to figure out where all of my stuff is. So I don't know if you guys know what I mean or whatever, but I had some little tiny red sequins that I want to put on here. I don't have them. All right, we'll just leave it like that. I think that's super cute. I love the stencil. I love, we use for those that came in, like, thank you, Daria. We used the Ranger Texture Paste Opaque Matte is what we used. And I did one in advance and let it dry. And then I did one on camera, and it should be dry by now so that we can use it for our next one. So what we're going to do is let's real quick do some, use this for our scene and get it going, and then we'll assemble our card because I want to use the stamp set. I know that I want to add some trees to this, so I'm going to stencil these trees on here. And I'm going to get my stencil thing. I'm just going to stencil these trees on here. Then we're going to add like an icy steam. And this is the one I saw this morning, and I have no idea what the name of it was. A Stampin' Up, and gosh, I can't remember her name, but I got the idea from her. It was super cute. It was like Krafty Hands or something like that. I can't remember what her name was. I'll have to look it up, and then I can link it in the detail box later to give her credit. But she did a card similar to this, and I thought it was super cute. And so what I'm going to do is just bring in some green, and we're going to stamp our trees on here. And then we're going to make a little like an ice rink, and we're going to bring our skater girl in and get her on there. And hopefully we can get this accomplished. So I'm going to keep moving, and hopefully you guys are okay to stay with me and listen to my stomach growl. You can totally add some re-inkers to that. Yes, I have done that. I have done that before. And then mica powders work too. Okay, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I have added ink to that. I just kind of mix it up and do that. I'm kind of winging this here. Make sure I got enough room there. And we're just gonna use this stencil. Kim, what's the stencil called? I can't remember what this is called. It's got the mountains and the trees and the grass line and all of that. And I'm just using Charming Chartreuse as my ink for my tree, is what I'm using on this. And we're going to just add, I think I'm going to try to get one side darker than the other. You read my mind about the paste. It's called Krafty Scenery 2. Oh, you linked it. Oh, thank you. Sometimes I don't catch everything that's in the chat, so I appreciate you linking that up there. I at the last minute decided that I was going to bring in this other stamp set and use this stencil. And so that's what we're doing. I didn't have very many stencils until recently, and now I've got a bunch because some of the teams that I work with have been putting stencils out, and so I'm having a lot of fun working with them. Anyway, winging it is the best kind of creativity. Yeah, I think so. That's a good thing because seemingly I do that a lot. For sure. I'm going to overlap some of these, and I might do 2 of these little ones because it looks like I've got room there. I'm just going to kind of fill my background. Maybe move this one up a little bit. All right. And I'm going to keep moving because I know you guys have been with me 46 minutes already. So there we go. We've got our little tree scene. And I'm just going to lay this aside. And then I'm going to use, what's that blue ink? I'm just going to use a, yes, winging it is the best kind. They have so many fabulous stencils. Yes, yes, you do. And Daria says that's the only way she crafts. Kim says same. Oh, well, sometimes when you're going live or I'm going to use, I said on the live I never use these, but I'm going to need quite a bit of ink here because I'm creating kind of a icy scene. So I'm just going to kind of really go at it with this, and it'll speed things up. And I'm just kind of creating a skating rink on here. And so I'm just going to kind of haphazardly lay this lighter ink down. And I don't have a ink to blend the right color, and that's why I'm using this marker here, is to just kind of create an icy little scene here. And I probably could have come down a little bit lower on but my image is going to be pretty big, so I think I'm going to need most of that for that. And I'm going to pull this off so I can get all the way down to the bottom. And we'll just kind of color this in. And I think the variation in the color will kind of help create that icy look. I don't know. I think it'll be cute. And I'm going to have to stamp the girl out, and I'll have to fussy cut her. So we'll go with that. Okay, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this ice because a lot of it's going to be covered up with our gal. Nice trees, yeah. I thought it looked nice. We could take and add some dimension to them or whatever, but we're going to have a lot going on with this card, so I don't think we need to. So I've got that. That's my panel. And then I need to bring in, I'm going to just bring in I want to get my little girl stamped in. I think I can use this one here that has a little mark on it because I'm going to do quite a bit of coloring over it. See if we can get her positioned to where I'm going to cut that out. So we've got this little girl here that's ice skating. I've used this before on my channel, but this is going to be different because we're going to do a, let's see, I'm trying to get her positioned to where, yeah, I think if I put her like that ink, I'll cut it away where my fingerprints touched it earlier. And so we'll just use that. I don't like to waste. I'm kind of a cheap crafter. I don't want to waste that hammer mill cardstock. So the ice looks good. Well, good. I was trying to create some kind of a little icy scene. And I'm just going to ink her up, and I'm still using that Wicked Black. It seems to do okay with coloring. I didn't have any bleeding on there. These are hybrid inks, so I think I'm able to color with this over the top of this as well. And this is so cute, the detail on this, her little skirt and her little skates and everything. Super cute. Pressed real light. I don't want to smush it. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. That's one thing I like about Kimmie stamps is they usually ink right up with one press. So I think it looks pretty good. All right, well, let's just get to coloring her, and we're going to do some quick fussy cutting, and we are going to have a fun card. So let's see, what are we going to do? We've got I think we're going to keep kind of the same color schemes because we're doing Christmas here. And I've got some green in my background. We've got that. I think, yep, I think that's what we're going to do. So what did I do with my red marker? Trying to find it. There it is. I think I'm going to make her little dress red. And it'll be super cute. So, I'm going to make the band of it red, and then the top part green, and then the skirt red, and then it'll all kind of coordinate. And then we'll have matchy-match pictures. So that's not cheap, that's smart. Well, that's what I try to do. You know, especially on your, you know, you have your stamps and stuff, you know, those are going to last. But, you know, your paper and stuff, you got to replenish that all the time. So there is quite a bit of an expense in that. So you definitely want to try and make the most of it. In fact, when I was practicing earlier, what did I do with that? My grandkids had done some coloring, and so I was just doing some stamping, and I used the back of what they colored on that he had messed up and said, I don't like this, I need another piece of paper. And so I just brought this back and put it in my craft room. I thought, oh, I'll use that for something, even if it's just layering, you know, cutting it up so you can layer. You could do that. And I'm just doing one tone marker on this for the sake of time. And I think it'll be just fine. But anyway, so we'll just get our little skirt colored up. And then we'll put a little ruffle on there of green. I think that'll be cute. And we'll do her bow in red. So we had the wedding last night, and it was an all-black wedding. Everybody had to wear black. And it looked nice. At first I was like, you know, black and white formal or whatever, and I wasn't sure about it. And it looked very nice. It was very beautiful. So it was a lot of fun. Now there was one gal that evidently didn't know the dress code, didn't see the dress code or whatever. And she had on an orange dress. So everybody else had black on. So, but it was beautiful. It was a really short wedding, and they had a beautiful meal. The food was delicious. They had I had Creole chicken, and what was the other chicken? I don't know. Chicken Alfredo. They had the most wonderful hors d'oeuvres that we were able to eat while we were. Hey, Melissa, welcome. Good to see you. Everybody saying hi. Anyway, they had these little bacon wraps. We will do, look at my hands, we will do olives with bacons wrapped around them and then bacon, but these had chicken and I think some kind of a cheese or something, and it was really good. And so it was yummy. We enjoyed that. I'm going to leave her skates white because when I took skating lessons, my skates were white. And I actually had a big pink pom-pom on it. They were super cute. But I'm going to just put some dimension on there and we'll leave her skates white. But so they had that. They had the best spinach dip, and I can't even think of everything I had. It was really good, and the food was just fantastic. And so we enjoyed that. We did leave a bit early because we had like an hour and a half, 35-minute drive. And my dad is under the weather. And my dad is 86. And so he was under the weather. And so we cut out a little bit early. I told my sister, whose daughter it was, she actually lives in Florida. And I said, you know, we got to get Dad home. He's not. And she understood, but we're all going to be at my daughter's house, my youngest daughter's house tonight for a little Halloween party. Kids are going to be bobbing for apples and all that. So we'll get to see everybody again for that, except for the bride and the groom. Of course, they're going on their honeymoon, but her twin sister and her younger sister will be there, and my sister and her husband that are from Florida. So that's going to be fun. But it was fun to see everyone and to just chit chat. So I'm making this little girl have brown hair because my little granddaughter has brown hair and beautiful brown honey colored eyes is what her dad says, because she's got her dad's eyes. And he says he has honey colored eyes, and he does. So that's kind of fun. Let's see, what else? I'm just gonna, and while we were at the wedding, now my oldest daughter was in the wedding. So her husband actually had to, he actually stayed home and kept the boys because they had too much going on. And so while that was going on, my grandson had cut his finger. And his dad sent us text, and anyway, he won't have to go get it glued. He was playing with a tape measure, which he loves, and it was metal, and it cut him. So anyway, good news is no stitches. They just glued him up, but my son-in-law felt awful. But, boys are boys, so I'm not sure about the skin tone, but I'm just going to go with it. I raised girls, so it's a major. Did I do the shading on the other one? Yeah. So it's a major change for me taking care of these boys because I'm like, I raised girls, and girls are just different than boys. You just have to try and keep them alive. Anyway, so let's see what else is going on. Okay, we're 57 minutes, and I think we're going to be able to do this. Oh, yeah, this is the blue. I want to kind of just put some blue around here. This is the blue I used for the skating rink, so I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to do some speed fussy cutting, and we're going to assemble a fun card. So anyway, so that's what's been going on with me. So we've got that party tonight, and I've got a lot of things I need to get done, but I'm just away from the house so much I've not been able to get it done. So fortunately, I had that video uploaded for today that I was able to change for tomorrow, and then we'll have this live today, and then I can get back on track for Monday. I actually should have Monday off if all goes well, and I ought to be able to get back on track for that. I try to have, for those of you that don't follow me or whatever, I try to have a live or a recorded video every day. And then I generally go live on Sunday nights, and at other times that I can fit it in is when I go live. Daria says she raised girls too, so she understands that grandsons are very different. Yes, they are. So I kind of got, it's funny because the Lord gave me daughters. My older sister got sons, and my younger sister got daughters and a set of twins. So we all got something different. And then my older sister that raised the sons, she got two granddaughters. And then I raised the girls, and I got two grandsons and a granddaughter. And my youngest sister only has one granddaughter, and she is so cute. I think she's only about maybe 6 months. She was at the wedding last night, and she wanted to be heard. She was sweet and quiet. I mean, but she made a little coo and sound. Her mom was the maid of honor, and so she was making noise. Mommy was up there and everything, but it was super cute. She's just darling. Anyway, they looked beautiful. They all had on different black dresses. My daughter was in the wedding, my oldest daughter. My youngest daughter, unfortunately, was unable to get off work. Her work schedule didn't allow, so she wasn't able. She felt bad, but everybody's going to her house for a party tonight, so she just had to send her regards. Sometimes it just works out that way. But anyway, so we had a good time, but it was a drive. There we go. We did carpool, so that was nice. Okay, so there we go. We've got it. I feel you. I have one daughter, and our first grandchild is a boy. He's only 6 months, but I'm scared for a future. Oh, yeah. I kind of learned real quick that I had my mother has passed. I have a stepmother who I refer to as my mother on here. It's just anyway. But one time I kept her nephew when my girls were young, and I could not believe how incredibly hard it was for me to just try and keep him alive. He was on the swing set with the girls, and he was jumping off, and I was like, oh, so knew I was in for it. So here's our little gal. We've got it, and I'm going to quit talking so we can get going here. But what I've got here is I've just got an A2 size card that I scored at 2 1/8, I believe, so that it's right in half is what I did. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to press it down like that. And we're going to use it. And we've got, let's go ahead and build the inside of it. I've got this paper here. This is from Cat Scrappiness. I'm on their design team, so I've got this, and I wanted to bring in some Christmas paper in these colors. And this is very similar to this gal that she had some green and some red and everything. It's real similar. I'm going to stand up so I can get this laid down on here nicely. I think we're going to have just a teeny weeny edge all the way around because I did use that layering die for that. And we've got that. So we're going to lay that down. And then this is going to be our inside panel that we are going to put in here. But it's going to be on a mechanism. So I think what we'll do before we put it on the mechanism is we will go ahead and stamp our sentiment on here. And I want to bring in this set here. And I'm going to use Skating By with a Winter High. I think that'll be fun. And just so that I don't mess it up, let's go ahead and use our Misty because we're this far along and I want to get it right. So I'm going to do that. We'll get this magnet in here. Get our little gal off of here. I left her on there. We'll get her out of there. And hopefully we can get this inked up on here. I think it'll be super cute. Does that look good? I think it looks straight. Stomach's growling. Okay, and I'm going to just use the black. Try to be real careful with it. And get it inked up. How we doing? We're doing all right. I think we're going to get there. Skating By with a Winter High. So that's going to be our sentiment on the inside of this card. And we're going to make this a pop-up window here. Hopefully it'll go well. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer because that second, clean my hands real quick. My hands are getting filthy. I'm going to bring in that second panel that I inked. It's had plenty of time to dry now. And I'm going to cut down 2-inch strips with this, I think is what I want. Let me double check my measurement on this. What did I do? Here's my, I'm just double checking myself at what I scored. I can see better on this. Yeah, I did 2 1/8, so I want a 2-inch. Yeah. I want a 2-inch panel. I'm gonna try and line that up. Sometimes you just have to get right over the top of these things to get them. I have that 2-inch panel, and then I need it to be cut down to that, and we're going to do another one. And what we're doing is we're going to decorate our flaps with this. Is the plan. So we'll go ahead and do that. Get this out of the way. And where's our card base? Here it is. So we're going to, hopefully I got those trimmed right. Yeah, so we'll just have a little edge around there. And we're going to lay that down on there. Hi, Caroline. Welcome. Glad you could join us. I was watching, what was I watching you did the other day? I was just watching one. I don't know. I commented on it, I think, on your channel. It was fun. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I've got that for my cover. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to have this on the inside like that, but we're going to have our panel over that. And I think, hopefully I did that right, so it'll cover it up. Yep, that's how it's going to go. And we're going to go ahead and put this one on this inside here so that we've got decoration on the inside as well, is what we're going to do. So, and if I was smart, I would have put this one on this one because I'm going to cover it up, but it's okay. It's on the inside. It'll be fine. But you'll get the idea of what I'm going for here. And I'm going to get this laid down on here and lined up. And then isn't that pretty? It's really pretty. Now this, Okay, so what I've done here is I've taken a 3 by 2 3/4 inch piece of paper, and I've scored it at 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. So I've got 4 there, and this is going to be our just our pop-up area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it here, kind of in the center of this, and then we'll glue it there, and we're going to put our panel on it. So that's what we're going to do, and this is going to be a fun card. So everybody's saying hi to everybody. Hello, Melanie. Oh, great. Thanks, Melanie. She said my card looks awesome. Oh, Daria, thank you. I always forget to say that. I said I was more of a sales-oriented person, and I'm not really promoting myself to hit the like or whatever. I never remember to do it, but to say it. But usually I have friends that will remind the group to do that. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going to press this down on here and get it a good firm hold and try and get it adhered really well. Get a little bit of glue popping out there, hopefully none on the side there, and just kind of press it down so that we get a good firm hold with it, just like that. And then I think this, yeah, and then what we're gonna do is the same thing with this, is we're going to put some glue on here, and we're gonna attach it to the other side, like this. And you can just get it pressed down on there and just kind of hold it for a little bit and get it adhered. I'm just kind of rubbing it with my fingers. And then we can press down and give it a good press like that. And I think what we'll do while that's, well, we're going to have to put something heavy on there. While that's adhering, I'm going to go ahead and get my little girl set down here on my scene. And I think it'll be cute. So well, I'm just going to lay her flat because she's got some thin parts that I don't want to do the foam with, but I think it'll be cute. Lay down on here. Skating by with a winter high. That's what it says on the inside. And then we have this. I think it's super cute. Let's see, what else do we have? I was thinking we could probably stamp that down there. Have a nice day. That would fit real nicely on there. Let's try that. Go ahead and have a cinnamon on the inside of it as well. I was thinking about not using the Misty, but I'm too far along. I don't want to mess it up. So you think that's super cute? What a great scene for the little skater. Yeah, I thought it'd be really cute. I've got this upside down. Let's just go down here so I don't have to mess with that one up there. And I'm just going to put it down here. Try to get it laid down on there right. And pick it up. Oh, I need to get my down on my corner better. All right. And get this out of the way so I have some room to work here. Not mess anything up. And I'm just going to use the black again. I think it's coming together. What do you think? Adorable stamps. Yes, these stamps are from Kratin Kimmie, and I've linked everything in the description box below that I've used. I don't know. I can't remember if I did this particular set or not, but you can follow my links and you'll find it. It's called Have a Nice Day, and it's super, super cute. And I'm going to give it another little ink because my eye's just not exactly as dark as I want it to be. And I think that'll work out. So there we go. We've got that. It's super cute. Now, hopefully, let's see. Have we got this? This is not. I'm having trouble getting this to glue because of the paste that I have on there. So I'm going to put some tape runner on there for some fast fold. And I'm going to go ahead and put another strip of glue on there, or another line of glue, and see if we can get it to go down and to stay down. I think it's going to. And then essentially what we are going to do is we are going to take this and put it in here like this. I feel like I've got to cut it down a little bit. I went all the way in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it down just a smidge so that we'll have it will be hanging off the edge. That's what we need to do. So what have I got here? I've got just under 3.5. So let's go. Cut that off of that side. That off of that side and see if that'll work for me. I'm winging it. Okay, that's better. That's what I want. So I'm going to get this positioned on there like that by just adding some more glue and pressing down. Oh my gosh, getting a little crazy here. I have plenty of glue on there. I'm afraid I'll have too much. I'm going to wipe that down a little bit. Clean my finger off. And we can move it up just a smidgen. That's close. The edge on the top is a little bit wider than what it is on the bottom, but you kind of get the feel for it. And then this one is going to go here, and we're going to line it up. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we're just going on this side because we're not going to attach the whole thing. So I'm just going to go on this side with my glue. And then we'll get it lined up on here. And press down. And then what we've got is a card like this. Now I'll update the description box and link the gal's channel that I saw make. Like I said, she was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she made this card, and it was super cute. This morning I saw it and I thought, I know what I'm doing with that skater. I think she had a animal, but I thought this is a perfect card for that skater. So let's see, what do we got going on in the chat? Sorry, I kind of got a little behind here. Yeah, the paste makes it difficult to adhere with. How do I like my glue press? Oh, I said on my live the other night that I put my glue press in a timeout because I was having trouble with it clogging, and my base is on the floor somewhere oh, there it is. Because earlier I knocked it off, and I had quite a puddle of glue in here, and it was I was getting suggestions from the crowd that I needed to clean it, or maybe even put a piece of paper in there so that rubber thing was touching my point so it wasn't leaking out. And so I had a big blob of glue in there, and I cleaned it out, and I figured out, and I still need to do some more work. I was getting it because there was so much glue around the edge that this wasn't going all the way in so that it would touch that. So I had to clean the glue off around the edge, but I have officially taken it out of timeout, and I'm using it again. So yeah, I struggle with it. I've had people ask me. It's fancy. It's one of the tools you get to see everybody use, but it's not 100% all the time. So anyway, but yeah, I think this turned out really cute. Yeah, I wanted to answer that question about the glue press because just be real honest. It doesn't always. I had one of my friends had gotten it and she gave it away. So Mary says she loves Kratin Kimmie stamps. Kim says thank you, and Daria says she loves it. He thanks Mary. Huh. Amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. I thought when I saw it, I thought I have to make it. It's super cute, and it goes perfectly with the stamp set. So I thought it turned out really cute. So now I've got 2 more cards. I think, what did I say, 76? I'm probably up to 78. I'll be real close to. Oh, Mary says hers keeps getting clogged too. Yep. I've noticed too, it has something to do with season. I don't know if it's humidity, cold, hot, what it is, but at different times, it works better than others. Daria said, love the card, not the glue press. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Anyway, so I, yeah, just check it out, check reviews and stuff before you run out and get it. I've got it and I use it because I paid for it. But sometimes, these little bottles right here work out just fine. And part of it is it comes with a Nouveau glue, and I know we're kind of going down a rabbit trail here. And I use Barely Art glue, and I think somebody had said Barely Art glue is a little bit thinner, and that might be why it's kind of running through the glue press and dripping a little bit. But I like Barely Art glue, so you can always go to these. This is what I was using when I put my glue press on timeout, but I got it back out of timeout because it was behaving again. So anyway, so we've got Ho 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 Happy Holidays. This is the holiday postage stamp set from Kratin Kimmie. And I had a white panel somewhere that I was going to put on the inside here, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So, and then you could stamp some more of the little images on there, which my stamp set is a mess because I just kind of been sticking stuff. But you could go ahead and stamp some of these other images on the inside of the card and have a little bit more of them. You could do the 5 cent, the 1 cent. I didn't use those. And then the other stamp set has got the hockey player and the skier and then all the little sentiments. But I think they're super cute. So Darius says she uses only those little bottles. Yeah, those are handy too. You were on fire with holiday cards. Yeah, I've got them. I started in July, so I've got a lot of them. Kimmie uses art glitter glue. Fabulous job. I usually can do cards pretty quickly, so you do like the snowflake background you use. Yep, I've linked it up in the description box below, Darius, so if you want to check it out. But I think that'll pretty much wrap it up for today. My stomach's growling. It's 11:15, so it's time for me to go eat some lunch. So I appreciate all you guys stopping in and for the chat. It's always fun to chit chat and see how everyone's doing, and it's always a good time. So I thank you for stopping in, and Kimmie's saying would love for any new crafty friends to join her Facebook group. It's a fun group. So if you haven't joined that, you might look it out. There's lots of inspiration in there. Kim has some people on the design team that are talented colorists. And I think you would enjoy watching theirs. They do some coloring tutorials periodically. And I'm not by any means a colorist, but she does have some. So I would encourage you to check that out. And I just wish you well. You have a great weekend. And I'm going to go to a little Halloween party tonight. And I'll have a great card tomorrow in which I've used the lunar paste and one of Kratin Kimmie's holiday ornament stamps. So you want to check that out. It'll air tomorrow. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. We'll be going live on Sunday night. Take care. Bye-bye.